Alexa, play Smooth R&B, Volume 1.
The station, Smooth R&B, on Amazon Music.
Alexa, Volume 1.
By the way, I can automatically set your volume to 3 every morning before you wake up. Would you like me to do that?
No. Hey, Treva. I tried to call you last night. Can you hear music? Hey, Ben and Rob. How are you ladies doing tonight? Can y'all hear music? Okay. You slide back and lean on the bed. Okay. Did y'all have a good day? Wait on a few more people to get in. Good, good. That's good. I'm glad y'all had a good day, ladies. It has been a long week. I just got a text saying that I was off tomorrow and Tuesday. I don't know how that. Well, I do know how that happened, but I'm gonna miss my baby girl. So I sent her daddy a message and said, "Can I come by and see her?" He was like, "Of course you can." But I've got a lot of doctor's appointments the next week, the next 2 weeks. So when I get through with this live, of course I have to check and see what day I got doctor's appointments starting this week. And I'll get started with doctor's appointments. So that kind of work out. I work 7 days. I watch my grandkids. Oh, wow. Hey, Storm. You ladies, hold on for a second. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for being so patient. We've got a good show tonight. My computer's hot sitting on this right here. We've got a good show for you tonight. And I was just doing some research before I came live. Tonight's topic is, does racism still exist? What do you think? I want everybody to take part in it. Your opinion is your opinion. I mean, we're all entitled to our own opinion. And do you think it's a learned behavior for children? I personally still think that racism exists. Do I believe in it? Absolutely not. My son has dated Black girls and he's dated white girls. He's dated Mexican girls. Treva said, yes, I deal with it every day. My son asked me a long time ago, when I'll never forget, they were little boys sitting at the kitchen table. Mom, what do you think if I wanted to date a white girl or another colored girl? And I told him it didn't matter to me as long as he was happy and they were good to each other. It still exists and it's still an issue. Yes, there was a issue I just listened to before I came on, and it was called Welcome to Nashville. A little boy was after this man's daughter with a whip, and there had been a problem. You can go and look at it yourself. And the reason why was there had been a problem with the little boy and the little girl. And the little girl came home with her face all scratched up, and her mama told her, you better not come home another day with your head tucked between your legs. And so it happened again. The little girl and the little boy got into it. Well, somebody pushed the little boy into some water, and when he got up, the first one he seen was this little girl, which she wasn't the one that done it, but that's the first person he seen. So he goes to their house and he takes that whip and he's whipping their door with it, and he's whipped their car with it. And he's wanting to confront the little girl. They've called the police, and the police says there's nothing they can do about it. So the father goes over to his house, to the little boy's house, to talk to the daddy. The daddy comes outside, and he comes outside with a gun. He lays the gun down, and then as he goes to pick it up, the gun goes off. He didn't want to come outside and talk about it. All he's doing is just raising $10,000 worth of hell. And it's sad. And then there was another one that happened in Baltimore, where a guy drove 200 miles to a store and he killed, I think it was 18. A white guy drove 200 miles, killed 18 Black people that he didn't even know. And I forget how many pages he had on his computer that this was already planned out, and they're trying to find him not guilty because they're saying he's not mentally competent. You know, it's sad. It's really sad. So do I think it's a learned behavior? I sure do. I think it's something that starts at home. When we were in school, it happened, and me and this boy got into it, and I'll never forget it. Donnie Ray Matheson. Me and him had words in the classroom, and I pulled my belt off, and I went to commence to whooping him like I was his mama. I sure did. I pulled my belt off, and I whooped him. Hey, Z. Oh, let me speak to everybody. Hey, Storm. Hey, Treva. Hey, Rob. Hey, Z. Hey, Z. Tonight's topic is, does racism still exist? And do you think it's a learned behavior? So, yeah, I still think it exists. Me, myself, I'm mixed. My great-great-great-grandmother is white. I'm Blackfoot Cherokee Indian. And so do I think it exists? Yes. There are times when I'm in the store with my daddy, because he wears his haircut so low, I have to get around and look at him in the face to see, is this man my daddy? Because my daddy is so light. My brother, he's biracial. We adopted him when he was 18 months old. And his daddy is black and his mama is white. But yet he and I look so much alike. Um, he's not ashamed of it. He's proud of who he is. I have nieces and nephews that are mixed. At the end of the day, those are my nieces and nephews. I don't treat them no different. They don't treat me no different. They'll let you know. I'm Tay Tay. This is Tay Tay to them. They don't treat me no different. And I don't treat them no different. Um, so I think it's a very much a learned behavior. I'm gonna drop the link in case anybody wants to join in and say something. Um, yeah, I think it's a very much a learned behavior. And if we don't get a grip on it now with our children that are coming up, then it's just going to continue to get worse. But I mean, it's your house, your rules. My house, my rules. Ben Rob said, when I was going to school, they would call us wetback, even though we didn't cross the river. My mother and grandmother came with the passports. I have mixed nephews. They're black and Mexican. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Some of my closest friends are white. I don't I don't look at them no different. I sit down and eat at their table just like they sit down and eat at my table. When I go to their house, I'm treated with the utmost respect, just as they're treated with the utmost respect when they come to my house. I don't do stuff like that. I don't play those kind of games. I don't play those kind of games. We wasn't raised like that at home, and I didn't raise my kids that way. My youngest son went to the prom 2 years. My oldest boy went 4 years, and he took the same girl all 4 years. My youngest boy went to the prom 2 years, and both years he took two different white girls. That was fine with me. That was his. If that's what he wanted to do, that's what he wanted to do. It didn't bother me none, and I drove him. Been a ride, wow, just sickening. It is. It's very sickening. It's very sickening. It's very sickening. And you hear a lot of people use the N word as terms of endearment. And if I call you an N and you call me an N and I get mad, there's no point me getting mad because I used it first. Granted, it shouldn't even be in our vocabulary, but it is. It is. It's not no terms of endearment word. It's just sickening. Kids say it because they hear the parents say it. Oh, I didn't see your Storm. I'm sorry. At this day and age, this is a top behavior and lack of intelligence. Very much so. Very much so. It is a very much so. It's a top behavior. But I have the very, I get, I have the utmost respect for my classmates now. And he remembers when I took my belt off and wore him out in class because he knew what he done was wrong. He done made me mad. Excuse me. He knew he had made me mad. He laughs about it now, but he knew he was wrong. When white people use the N word, it's very cringy. Z is just as bad when black people use it. It's no different. It's no different. Yes, Storm, my sister and brother always fighting with kids. Yeah. And it's because because of lack of knowledge. It's the upbringing they have in their home. That goes to show you what mom and daddy teach them. My back hurts today, y'all. I'm sorry. Mm. Yes. Anybody else got anything to say? But it was sad that the young man, he was only, I think, 18 years old. It happened in Baltimore, I think it was. Let me look back and see. I was going to see if I could find it really quick. I just looked at it. But you can go to Welcome to Nashville, the #2, and find the one where the little boy used the whip. And they talk about it. And it's on YouTube. There was a retired police officer there, and he shot the boy 32 times, and it didn't even faze the young man because he had on body gear. He had on body gear, so it didn't even faze him. Storm, do you know where the one where all those people were at? Was it Baltimore? Do you recall? Did you see it? I tell my son and his friends not to greet each other with the N word because it's unintelligent. Yeah, exactly. Buffalo, Massachusetts. Last year went to Nashville, Tennessee. Treva. Last year went to Nashville, Tennessee with the football team. It was all black for whites. We got there. They said they didn't have a spot for us, but our white team came in and got seated. Oh wow. Really? I know that was heartbreaking for the boys. Hey Stephen, glad to have you back. Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. Stephen, we're talking about does racism still exist tonight? There was a shooting in Buffalo, Massachusetts, where um, there was a shooting, and then there was another incident where a little boy, it's called Welcome to Nash, the #2, Welcome to Nashville, where another incident happened, and Welcome to Nashville. Yes, Treva, I seen that. Um, where a little boy came out with a whip and was looking for these people's daughter. That he was going to beat her with a whip. So feel free to join us tonight. I'm coming from El Paso, Texas, an immigration officer asked me for papers, but he didn't ask the white people for papers. And I told him, wait a minute, paper, and didn't ask the white people for papers. And I told him, ask him to, if not, I'm not showing mine. Oh, you was telling him to ask the white people for theirs. And if he wasn't going to ask the white people for their paper, you wasn't showing them your paper's been robbed. I done something on purpose Friday. I done something on purpose Friday out at Walmart just to see if it was going to happen. That's fine being robbed. I understood what you were saying. I know that text to type sometimes gets us. The guy was asking people for receipts as you go out the door. And all I had was a knee brace. I fractured my knee. And he stood there and watched me ring it up. And I paid for it with my Cash App card. And as I was going out the door, he didn't ask the person in front of me, but he asked me for my receipt. And I still had it in my hand, and I handed it to him. And as I went on out the door, I stopped. I said, let me see if he's going to ask the people behind me for their receipt. He asked them for their receipt. But then he didn't ask the next two for their receipt. Then he asked the next two. So he was doing like every two people. I was like, okay, because if not, it was getting to be some problems. Because I didn't like that. Stephen, did you have a good day today? I'm glad to see you back. And normally when I go on a cruise, I only use my birth certificate and my driver's license, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get me a passport here pretty soon because, that'll just keep everything kosher and I won't have to deal with it. I've never had a passport as long as I've been going on cruises. I've always used my driver's license and my birth certificate. But things are getting so crazy now. It's hard telling, and two, to be on the safe side, if an accident or something was to happen, it's going to make it a whole lot easier for me to get back home. Thank you, Storm. Hit the like button. Thank you, Storm. It's going to make things a lot easier for me to get back home with a passport versus just having my driver's license and a birth certificate. So I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet and get a passport. Yes, hit the like button. Thank you, Storm. And y'all stay tuned because when I get to 100 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. I normally announce it at the end of the live, but just so that y'all know, and before I forget, when I get to 100 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. LOL, that happened to me Thursday. She was just standing there watching me scan every single thing. And then she turned around and tells me, I didn't think you scanned something. And I'm like, yes, I did. Yeah. I guess, they trying to get like, thank you, Ben Rob. They're trying to get like Sam's Club. Sam's Club, when they scan your ticket, it tells them how many items that they got to check for. If you got a big order, it tells them they got to look for 4 items that's been to look for. So, but I'm not ashamed to show my receipt. So, was working, a little girl about 4 years old came up was working, a little girl about 4 years old came up and asked me, was I a slave? I said, no. She turned around and said, Grandma, she is not a slave. What? Get out of here. Where was this at, Treva? Where did this happen at? I know this didn't happen at your job. Yeah, Ben Rob. I know that was at Walmart. And surely to goodness, the grandma didn't tell that little girl you was a slave. Was that at Walmart, Treva? Treva, that's so sickening. How can parents be showing their 4-year-olds how to be racist? Sick. I know. That reminds me of that on the help where the girl wouldn't go to the other door and she was wanting to see her mama. And the other women were like, you let this go on at your house? Girl, that just burnt me up. And the grandma was like, oh, she's all right. She's all right. Uh, that movie has some good parts in it, but then it has some bad parts in it. Right, Z, that's crazy. Yes, at Target, get out of here. Not Tarjay. Wow. She was bold. But you know, black people, white people, Mexican people, they just don't take that stuff like they used to no more. They turn around, they got something to say after that. Yes, she did. We just don't take that stuff no more like we used to. We turn around, we got something to say real quick. We pop off at the lip real quick nowadays. We don't take that no more. Let me turn my phone down. Target, yeah. We don't take that no more. We say something real quick. We take that real quick. Where I work at, he don't treat me like that. He's a white man, but he don't treat me like that at all. I do things I don't my job title does not say that I have to clean up nothing. If I clean up something, it's because I want to, because I get bored just sitting there. If I decide I want to start the dishwasher, it's because I want to. If I want to fold up a load of clothes, it's because I want to. If I want to scrub the countertops, it's because I want to. He don't tell me I have to do nothing. My job title entails caregiver. It don't say caregiver and housekeeper. No, that's not my job title. It doesn't entail let the dog out, watch the cat. None, no, none of that. I do it because I want to. She looked at me and said, all black people are slaves. Oh, girl, and you let that, I know you didn't let that slide. Whoo, child. My God, my God. Girl, see, Oh, that's something else. Girl, she looked at me and said, all black people are slaves. Honey, I just said, no, baby, your grandma a slave. She got that backwards. I would have lost my job that day. Z! Whoo, child. No, baby, your grandma a slave. She didn't tell you that. Your grandma worked for me. She a slave. Baby. No, baby. Your grandma got that backwards. She a slave. Ask her. Ask her. She'll tell you the truth. Your grandma lied to you. I know that's so cold-blooded, but And I got a smart mouth anyway. That wouldn't have flew. No, that wouldn't have worked. My mom has cleaned a many of white people's houses for a living. And when they started treating her like that, she let them know real quick she was not a slave. They wanted her to put their trash in her van and carry it to the dumpster. And the dumpster was sitting right here. And they got kids. Mama told them she was not putting their trash in her vehicle. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And didn't. And didn't. I was pregnant with my oldest son, 19, 19 years old. And I was helping my mama clean houses. Sure was. Cleaned a many of houses. We've had some very nice people, and we've had some nasty people. Oh, Treva, I know you didn't let that slide. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. I know you didn't let it slide, boo-boo. I know you got her toe. I know you got her toe real nice. I know you got her toe real nice. Z lady, either I would have kicked her ass or I would have kicked my ass, but trust me, I would have punched her in the face. The mom, the grandma, whoever it was. Oh, or she would have kicked my ass. You would have kicked her ass or she would have kicked my ass. But trust me, I would have punched her in the face. My mom and grandma, whoever it was. That part, what you said, Benarab, what you said. Exactly. That wouldn't have flew over. I don't believe in violence. I really don't believe in violence. But that would have just flew all over me. I'd have got it with words first, but she wouldn't have put her hands on me. But Donnie Ray Matheson show got it that day. But I was in elementary school. I was probably about the 6th grade. Wait a minute. I think that was about the 6th or 7th grade because we only went to the 8th grade, and then in the 9th grade we had to go to the high school. So that was probably about the 6th or 7th grade when I pulled my belt off and whooped Donnie. Now trust me, age and time has slowed me down and leveled me out. But back in the day, I was a hothead. Yes, I was. But having kids and becoming a grandmother has really slowed me down a lot. I've calmed down a whole lot. Age and wisdom. It'll do it to you. It has a way of doing it to you. So do y'all think that's a learned behavior? Everybody agree that racism is a learned behavior? And it still exists? Yes. I'm sure y'all have made a couple of trips to the school, especially if you've got one in high school. And even with the teachers, it still exists. I've had to go up against the football coach. Yeah, I went up against the football coach. When I was very young, I wouldn't fight verbally. I would just start punching. As I got older, I changed like you, Queen, and also trying to be Christian helped me a lot. Exactly. Yeah. Them grandkids has a way of doing it to us, don't it? We try to set better examples. You can't always fight your way through life. We got to be better than what we're fighting. She said, being a Christian helped me a little. All right, being a Christian got to help us a lot. Stephen, what is your opinion on it? You don't have to agree with us. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Trentron, are you in the bushes tonight? Are you asleep? Deborah, who else did I see? Uh, it was somebody else that had commented. Nathan, don't make me start calling y'all out. I love you. Come on out. Talk to me. As a matter of fact, the other day I was driving and this young guy that could have been my son, called me stupid. I wanted to get them by the neck, strangle them, but I just told him, God bless you. I know it, right? I just look at him and smile. I just like looking at him and smiling now. Now I ain't gonna tell you I look at them and smile all the time when they do stupid stuff, because I have to remember that I have kids that do stupid stuff, I'm sure. Because I have to remember what my kids drive like. I'm sure my kids driving is not A1, because it's not. When I ride with my kids, I sit back like this right here. And I'm the one that taught my kids how to drive. both of my boys. Z, how is it for your children going to school? Do they get harassed a lot? Anybody else? Z, do your children get harassed? It's a behavior we don't like to see happen for our children because, of course, we always want the best for our kids, but it happens. I am so thankful my son has not had to go through any racism in school. That's truly a blessing, Storm. That's truly a blessing. That's really good. It's sad. You remember years ago, there was a shooting in a school. Wasn't there a shooting in a school where there was somebody that came into a school and done a big shooting as well? Just started shooting into a school. Storm, do you remember that? I can't remember where it was at, but there was a shooting into a school. I mean, I don't understand what people be thinking about when they do stuff like that. And I don't want to always, and what kills me is when they start saying that these people are mental and they want to find them not guilty. I don't believe that. They thought about what they done. They've sat down, they wrote papers, and then they followed through with it just to get off. That's crazy. There has been so many school shootings. It's sad. It really is. It really is. I'm glad my children hadn't had to go through any of that. I'm so glad my children hadn't had to go through that. We have prayer every morning between the hours of 7, 8 o'clock every morning. And we always pray for my children and my grandchildren that they be protected in school and stuff. That's why we have our granddaughter in Christian school. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I didn't see this commented. Thank God, Storm. Yes. Oh, I didn't see this comment. I'm sorry, Ben Rob. Queen, I close my eyes because I get so nervous. I think I need an Ativan nerve pill before I get in the car. Hey, it's like that. Columbine, yes. Yeah, the Columbine. I think that's what it's called. Yep. Columbine. Yeah. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about. Yep, that's the one I was thinking about. I don't want this to end, y'all. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I think this is a good topic, and especially with all this going on. Summertime is right around the corner. Our kids will be out of school. There's so much for them to get into. Um, if there's not a summer program for the kids to be in, they'll be at the different parks, amusement parks, and stuff. And they'll be faced with all kinds of things while they're out of school this summer. And we have to, if we don't protect our kids, nobody else is going to protect them for us. Then there's different activities of football, softball, baseball, basketball, uh, volleyball, because my niece plays volleyball. There's going to be so many different other activities that's going to come up that your kids are going to be participating in. And we as parents and grandparents, it's our job to protect our kids. And every chance I get, I try to pour into my grandkids to be better than what they're fighting and how to avoid situations and stuff. As soon as it happens, you go to an adult. You go tell your mama. You go tell your daddy. If I'm around, you come tell me. Let an adult handle it. You don't handle it. You go tell an adult and let an adult handle it. Don't worry about what they're gonna call you. Because chances are you'll never see this child again. Get away from them, because you don't know what that person is thinking mentally in their head or whatever. I'm going to drop the link again. If somebody would like to call in and elaborate. Maybe we'll get an opinion on this call right here. Hey, hey, I'm live on my YouTube channel, and we talking about does racism still exist. I'm live on my YouTube channel.
Oh, you on television? I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go back.
No. Listen, give us your opinion. Do you believe racism still exists?
You're going in and out. Do I believe? Yes, racism still exists. Yes.
Do you?
Very much so. Experienced some today, and I also experienced some love today from older white gentleman. But this younger white guy, I mean, he act like I was a leper or something. I was trying to, the kids had me out. I was in Walmart, reached for something, and I said, "Excuse me," because he was just standing there. And I mean, he stared up his nose and just did like, I said, "Oh, he must can't get his breath," because of the way he did, you know. And and he walked off. He didn't even get whatever. He was standing there for 10 minutes in the aisle in the way, and I said, "Excuse me, I'm in the you know, the what do you call it? Like wheelchair cart,
Uh-huh.
you know, and this older white man was standing there, and he was like, "Honey, some people just don't have common sense." I mean, he even noticed it. So for him to say something, yes, racism still exists, even though this is 2022.
Yeah, that's true. It does. I appreciate that. Thank you for calling
Yeah.
in. Can I call you back when I get
All
off?
right. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
sweetie. Love you.
Love you too, baby.
Okay. Bye
Bye bye.
bye. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you. All about Fifi TV. Hey, how you doing, Fifi? Fifi, you want to call in and talk about it? If racism still exists? Anybody else have anything to say? Where's Thick Thighs at? Hey y'all, I would. My internet sucks. Your internet sucks right now. Oh, okay. Okay, Fifi, I understand. I understand. Okay. And don't forget, share me out, please, if y'all don't mind. And when we reach 100 subscribers, I am doing a giveaway. If nobody else has anything else to say, then I guess we're going to close it out. I hate to because it's such a good topic. And I'm not ready to get off. I'm ready to talk. But I can't carry on a conversation by myself. Let me have some of my beverage. Anybody else got anything to say? Thank you for sharing me out, Fifi. I appreciate it. It's Sunday, love. It's okay. No, that's not acceptable to me. 1 hour is not acceptable to me. No, it's not acceptable. Stephen, anybody in the bushes got anything to say? And you know what, Queen? Sometimes it's with our own race that are racist. That's true. That's exactly right. You're right, Benarab. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Okay, if nobody else has anything, once again, when I reach 100 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. And I may, since I'm off a couple of days this week, I may come back on live again Monday, tomorrow night. And if that's all, peace and love. And I'm going to come back again with another banger. All right. I hope everybody has a good week. All right. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.